Please sit up straight. Your back, neck, and head in a straight line. We will chant Om 3 times, followed by Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sah Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Ashvatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Hari Om. So we'll start the chanting. Who wants to chant?
Today I'll start, ma'am.
Yes, Varla.
Tabo bhikshina papanam shantanam vidaraginam mumukshinam avekshyoyam atma bodho vidiyate bodho anya sadhanebhyo hi sakshan mokshaika sadhanam kakasya vahnivagnyanam vina moksho na siddhyati avirodhidaya karma na avidyam vinivartayet vidyam nihantyeva tejastimira sangavat परिच्छिन्न युव अज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सदि केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेकाबायोम् अशूमणिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञाना अभ्यासात् विनिर्मलं कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नचयेत् जलं कथकरेणुवत् संसारः स्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषातिसङ्कुलः स्वकाले सत्यवत् भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसत् भवेत् तावत् सत्यं जगत् भाति सुक्तिकारजतं यथा यावन्नाज्ञायते ब्रह्म सर्वाधिष्ठानमत्वयम् उपाताने अखिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान् यान्ति उद्भुतानीव वारिणि सच्चिदात्मन्यनुस्युते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तये विविताः सर्वा हठाखे कटकादिवत् यदाकाशो हृषीकेशो नानो बाधिगतो विभुः तद्भूतात् पिण्डवत्पादी तन्नाशे केवलो भुवेत् नानोपाधिवचादेव जातिवर्णाश्रमातयोः आत्मन्यारोपितास्तो ये रसवर्णादिबोधवत् भेदवत् पञ्चीकृतमहाभूतः सम्भवं कर्म सञ्चितं शरीरं सुखदुःखानां भोगायतनमुच्यते पञ्चप्राणमनोबुद्धि दशेन्द्रियसमन्वितम् अपञ्चीकृतभूतोत्तं सूक्ष्माङ्गं भोगसाधनम्
We haven't completed studying this, right?
Page number 41, first 3 lines we finished, ma'am. 13th verse 13, page number 41, first 3 lines we finished. Prana controls the perception.
We will start from there. Please read.
Okay. Prana controls the perceptions of the different sense organs. The spots on the physical body at which sense perceptions seem to function are not in themselves the sense organ. For instance, the 2 eyes are only instruments through which the power of for instance, the 2 eyes are only instruments, golakas, through which the power of vision beams forth, and the exact power of vision is in the essence located in the mind intellect equipment. If the mind does not come in contact with the sense organs, perception is not possible. A man in deep thoughts or sleep does not see and recognize the person standing by his side because his mind has not gone out through the eyes to see the object before him.
We'll stop here. So now through your own experience, what it is saying is, these eyes, these ears, these are not the instruments of hearing. Science, modern science teaches these as the organs of hearing. But what is Vedanta telling? These are not the organs of hearing. Because what do we do? Vedanta is based on experience. Now, based on experience, I want you all to establish that the Vedanta is telling is correct in your experience or it's not in your experience. And you have a doubt. I want you to establish this.
Yes, ma'am.
It
In
is
deep
correct.
sleeps, we don't even know what is happening in the outer world. We are completely immersed in our we are not immersed in our world also. We are actually out of world. We are not recognizing anything. We are not feeling anything. Even though it is pain, whatever the outer world is going through, we are not going through anything in our deep sleep. So I think Vedanta is correct. And here they're telling, no, it is our perception, means we are assuming we are seeing through the eyes. Like that I understood.
Even when you are awake, many times we don't, when we don't give our mind, we don't see, we don't listen. Even if we read the books, if we are not aware, it doesn't go to our head or brain. We will be like just reading superficially. It doesn't go inside. And
Something is
in
going
the
through our
modern world, take
ears,
the
but it is
computer.
not reaching our mind, you're saying.
Reaching
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. And even take the computers, the modern world, all input-output devices, unless the CPU works, which is the brain of computer, nothing works. So, brain, mind, whatever you call, whether physically brain and experientially it is mind, manas. It is only the manas, which is the CPU of the human body.
Hmm. Good. So it is not, it is in the mind. If the mind is somewhere else, if the mind is occupied with something else, even though the golakas are there, whatever is entering, it is still not reaching. Or I'm not hearing, or I'm not seeing. Yes, Divya.
Continuously, this 1 hour class, we miss so many words, so many sentences. Again, we have to go to YouTube to recap that.
Because it goes, your mind drifts
Yeah.
into something and then you miss something.
And that's what I said. Even though we put the earphone, be attentive, even then we miss so many filters.
Hmm. Correct. Okay. Yes, Divya.
What is said here is, even though externally we say that, I mean, what is appearing to us is the eyes externally, and we say that we can see through our eyes. The exact seat of vision is not the eyes. That is what she said, na ma'am? The power
Correct.
of vision, the seat of that power is, it's in the mind, it's in the mind.
So
So isn't
something,
that what
eyes
the
have
science
something to do, but the seat is in the mind.
Yeah, but isn't that what the science also says? It's like the light is reflected and then the nerves, they carry it, and then your brain gets a signal that that object is that.
Okay. Good point, Divya. Good point. Now I will tell you.
Okay, sorry, I mean.
Okay, I'm going to just.
And one more thing, even the blind can see.
Even the blind can see.
Can see, yeah. And deaf can hear because it is
I
only
mean, if
through
they have
their
become
mind.
blind later, they may. Get. I'll just tell you, Divya, very simple. You see this book. Now close your eyes. Bring it up in your mind. So your eyes are not opening or not open. The light is not falling. It is not going through the eyes to the mind, but you are able to see in the mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes.
It's because I've seen the book for several times.
It is registered.
So there is a seeing beyond the eyes.
Yes.
Ha.
Is
But
that
even
true?
physically, ma'am, isn't that?
Physically, it has gone through this opening.
Ha. But what it is said here is, I don't know. You see, the exact power of vision is not this place. It is somewhere inside. Is what they're
Yeah,
saying
this is
now.
just merely an opening like a window.
Correct.
From that window, it has come in, that's all. But the power of seeing is in there because the power of seeing, that power of seeing is there even when the eyes are closed. That power of seeing is there even when I have gone to sleep and I'm in dream state. That power of seeing, that power of hearing, everything is working even in my dream state.
Yes.
Whereas, even if these eyes are open, if the mind is occupied, I'm not seeing. Even if these ears are open, if my mind is somewhere, I'm not hearing. So now we are establishing that the
Yes,
power
ma'am.
of the senses is more in
It's
the...
like attentive listening or attentive seeing. So that attention, that awareness.
So fix your mind where your eyes are. Fix your mind where your ears are.
That we don't do it all the time, no? As you said.
Exactly. So where is the seat of seeing then? In the mind. We are establishing this, right? It is not in the eyes because eyes should work whether the mind works or not. But here the seeing in the mind is working whether the eyes work or not. So then the seeing is definitely in the mind. That is what it is. This is like that scientific establishment. Through our own experience, now this is what it is, right? That is scripture is telling. Now we should not blindly believe it. Sanatana Dharma itself, the beauty is we don't blindly believe it. We have some shraddha. reverence the rishis have given. There must be some truth to it. But I should also be honest enough to say I am not still realizing that, which is also okay. But now here experientially also, are you able to connect with this? Anybody who is not established or connection or refuses this statement? No. I don't know
But
if
ma'am,
anybody.
what about a person who was born blind?
A person who was born blind, we don't know. They see things the way nobody is 100% blind.
Acha, they
There
can
is
see
a
some apparition.
percentage of blindness typically. So they see things according to their level of blindness. Because I know I have a cousin who was born with a hearing problem. When he
Okay.
was a baby, things would fall in the kitchen, and a baby should normally cry, right? When something loud happened, and he wouldn't cry, and then they found out. So
Tattle.
now he has learned to speak over time, but he speaks the way he hears. His words will come very muffled. There is a certain level of hearing, but it is very like that echo kind of hearing, I think he has, because when he speaks also, he speaks like that echo.
Okay.
The voice from the throat will come like an echo, and he will try to make some words. Over time, we have learned to understand him. So there is something that they see, but so the eyes in a way take in the world. The ears in a way take in the whole thing. But also, we should know one thing. Sometimes we get visions of things we have never seen before. There are people, even within, things that I have not gone in through these eyes at all. At least not in this Janma.
Yes.
Okay. There are people. There is somebody, my temple, which is in Trichy, my parents' house temple in Trichy. It's near Trichy, called Chintalwadi. There, a person got a dream and told him, go to the Kaveri in this Chintalwadi. There is a Dobi who is, and you will find me there. And it was Narsimha, Lord Narsimha. So on the back side of the Narsimha's, this thing, he was washing his clothes every day, this Dobi. And then when he got this dream, and then he went there, and then they see that when they turn it over, they see Lord Narsimha's this thing. And then they established this temple, but this temple is also still very, very old, actually. So, like that, there are dreams that I have not seen sometimes also that comes. And I see those. Those are visions. So, seeing is in the mind. Everything I see in the mind. Eyes and ears are one kind of aperture to the world, to perceive the world, but our seeing is not limited to this. The seeing is beyond this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Science is
sometimes.
not entirely wrong, but what science typically does is very linear. One-way route for everything. What Vedanta does is, and India is like that. People find it crazy. You go anywhere, stay abroad now, everything is in order. Wonderful order. You cannot get
Organized.
very organized, very linear thinking they have. So because of that, everything has to be very organized. And then you come to our traffic.
So chaotic.
It will look
Chaotic.
extremely chaotic, but we are all driving with some order inside, no?
Yes, that is it. That's why when Westerners, they come to India, so they cannot function
No, but we can go and function anywhere.
anywhere.
Yes.
That is the thing.
We can go and function. Being in this chaos, we can go and function because we know how to find the order in this chaos. We will go, and if they also take some, there are some who are able to now understand the order in the chaos over time. Even in the chaos, there is an order. So, like that, because it is holistic, it is all direction, like the traffic coming from all direction. This is also all direction. It is not linear. Okay.
One of the poet, famous DVG, you must have heard DVG wrote
Yes,
of
yes,
Baswanagudi.
Gundappa.
DV Gundappa. In the one of the Mankuti Manakaga, he says, Asamateli Samate, finding out balance and imbalances in every order of life. That is life, he says. That is Viveka, that is Vedanta. Asamateli Samatenu Kanude Yoga.
There is a term in English called entropy. Entropy means how much order order you are able to find in disorder is a kind of your measure. So somebody who is very tamasic, no, whenever we are used to this house, I have always been in this house, I have been taking care of things in this house, and this house is my world only. The moment I go out in the world itself, I step out and go to a shop only, it is a lot of disorder. I don't know what to do. There is a lot of chaos. Whenever there is a changing situation, we will move into a step of disorder. At that time, we will have lots of irritations, lots of this thing, because we don't know how to handle ourselves. It's a very unknown situation. And then slowly, we find our order. And then we become comfortable. Again, some changing situation will come. And there is our changing situation with children is every age, there is changing situation because they are growing. Okay. That also is a form of an unknown area, right? And initially we'll be like, oh, what is this? What is this? And then slowly we will find the order. So even in any kind of changing situation, how minimal is your disturbance? That
for that matter, entire life is like that, no? When we join the school, we'll be disturbed. And again it goes. Again, when we go to college, new place, we'll be disturbed. Again, after joining the job, until we get adjusted, we'll be disturbed. Again, after marriage. And in case of children, it is every 10 years disturbances. And again, old age problems, disturbances will get adjusted.
And then everything, lot of other disturbances, pain.
And in that way, we grow in each step.
So what it is telling is change is the only constant.
Yes.
So now expect the change every moment. We hold on to our comfort zones very strongly, then our level of entropy will be very low. Highest disturbance.
Uncertainties of life, we should be surrendering.
And then, so here disturbance, if I understand that there may be a disturbance, but if I understand there is a changing situation, this is a disturbance, I will find my order in this. Inside, I am not disturbed. But no, now something is changing and I will try to control everything, hold on to everything to meet my needs. So that is the two different ways of doing.
Yes, ma'am, I'd like to say something. When my son was younger, because of his neurodiversity, so there was in this therapies they teach a thing should be order, and such neurodiverse individuals, they crave that order and that system and that this. So I would think, oh, India is so chaotic. It's better if I could move abroad where everything is ordered. I mean, everything is orderly.
In order, orderly.
In order, not orderly, in order. Yeah. So, but right now I am realizing the more I expose him to chaos, the more he will be prepared for life. Because when you are in that order way,
it becomes chaos. Even little chaos is very disturbing.
It's very disturbing. That's what.
Yeah. People who have grown up in India go abroad and then come back. No, I can't survive in India. It is so this thing. I heard one of my friends say, no, my child, no, in India, you have to be very chalu. My children are very innocent. Oh, I'm like, our children are also innocent only. What chalu they have to be? No, they have to know how they should act somewhere. All kind of something in their mind when they develop. Oh, okay. But basically, they find the disorder some find the disorder very, after even going to that order and liking that order, they find this disorder. Having grown in this itself, they are not able to.
Yeah.
Cope up.
sometimes.
Even in that case, NRIs also very, foreigners also very chalus, no? Otherwise, why would they invade countries? And they speak very sweet. It is
Yeah,
like
yeah. No,
gold,
totally. I
pricking in the
agree.
golden pin. I
Mm.
see my cousins, sisters, whoever is coming, for them, my words are very harsh and very straight. And I said, what you are doing, you are also doing the same. It is like covering the slippers in shallow and beating this, the proverb. It is the same. You are also telling the same indirectly. The effect is little later. It is very straight and very immediate. So it is not that only Indians are chalus. Even the foreigners are very chalus. It depends on their requirement,
Not
their
all
vasanas.
are chalu anywhere.
Yeah.
Not all, not all are innocent. We have all kind of people everywhere.
Yes, yes. Everywhere. Entire globe.
Entire globe. That is so true. So,
Maybe because of their comfort, richness, for the minimum basic needs, they don't do chalus.
Yeah, I mean, corruption is there also, but not at the base.
it's
So
not at the
that's
obvious level, I think. That's
Yes.
it's there. Even you see sports, there's so many cases of doping and all in Olympics also. इधर more थोड़ा lower levels पे ज्यादा
Oh,
है.
let us not do direct comparison of corruption with corruption, pollution with pollution. Okay, I agree pollution is probably higher here. But I don't know here also that, let us say pollution, I agree, is higher. When you come from there, you do realize that there is a kind of a blanket, okay, which you don't see there. I have been there and I have come. But here also people are living till 1992.
Yes,
Well,
enjoying.
first year,
Enjoy.
little, it takes time to get used to this. Lungs have to get adapted. But otherwise, the body adapts here. Wherever you are, it adapts. First year, 1 year, little time it takes to build that immunity. Afterwards,
Even
everything.
for kids, they say, "Nah, ma'am, you give them everything clean and this, so they don't develop that
You
resistance."
remove their immunity.
Yes. We are not letting them to play outside.
Yeah.
If
How much can you?
so no, they don't like sunlight. They don't like. We are very fond of water, rain, everything. But
Everything,
they
and we go, no,
don't
you will
want.
fall sick, you will fall sick, you will fall sick.
Yes.
The school that I taught in, when it rained for at least till the primary school level, they used to have change of clothes in the classes. Whenever it
Yes.
rains, they will go for rain dance. The class cancelled. They will go
Yes.
out and play in the rain. Young
Yes.
children. Develop your immunity from that age. And then they'll come and they'll go change their clothes and take the wet clothes back home.
Yes. And
Yeah. So,
indirectly, because of these habits, the immune system is strong is different, but we enjoyed each and every moment, I think, because now no, more than the kids, the parents are afraid if they are
yeah.
going out because of the dust.
Oh,
It
no,
will come,
I
that will
think
come.
parents are not exposing their children. There is a lot of fear. I don't know why. Lot of fear. Traffic is too much. Even now, many of my children's, my cousins, my nieces and nephews are so scared to drive, even though both the parents are driving. We know this is the traffic that our children have to drive in. So
Yes.
from 5th or 6th standard, they used to go cycling on the roads. Then the fear is not there. If you're told, no, don't go to the road, don't go to the road, don't go to the road, it is too much traffic. What if somebody, and the one very nice, even if you are very safe, the other person may not be.
Welcome.
The one typical dialogue, okay? So
Yes.
it is about guiding them in the right way. Stay on the left side of the road. Don't get in between too much. Give a good gap between cars. Try not to. So watch and observe and give them the right guidance instead of putting so much fear in them, for which you also should be driving. Then you can tell how to do. Or the children are smart enough. They will identify. They will learn. They are very smart with their motor movements and all that. But not only traffic and many things, we put a lot of fear-based parenting is
Yes.
a lot, I feel, for us. We have to come out of our fears and give them the wings. They can manage in any place.
No, how
Any-
did we learn? Our mother never ride two-wheelers or four-wheelers, isn't
Yeah,
it? We
yeah,
have learned on our own. We did it for 30 years.
yeah,
With accidents, we have survived.
yeah. So many times we have fallen.
Yeah, many accidents.
Yeah. But
Because of
here,
our mistake and others'
imagination, and I
mistake.
think newspaper, that column we should not read. I don't read that column. I don't like to read that column. I don't even know why that comes. It only puts more fear. I don't know how it is useful at all. Something out of some 1 lakh people, one case will happen, ma. And then we will have that stuck in our head. I totally avoid that column. Why unnecessarily read all these negative things and then build fear? There are people who have fear about people who are in independent houses. Windows will also be closed. What if somebody puts something and gets something out of the house? How much can you let your fear drive you? And there's no air coming in even in summer if you do things like that, right? So fear-based is, and the ones who are fearful, somehow it will happen to them. It will manifest to them.
Yes. Because they are continuously thinking about that only.
And you also see the ones who are walking out, no, and they cover their thing, don't want chain snatching to happen and constantly cover. They will attract that guy, the victim kind of people. The ones who walk Sina Thanke,
Law of attraction.
it won't happen so much. They will also not want to go to such people. They will want to go to that fearful, these kind of people only.
Correct. I remember this fear-based parenting. It is very true. I remember my brother and I, we were in Baroda. One day the bus didn't come, we hitchhiked. I mean, I'm not saying it's a safe practice, but I cannot imagine my kids doing that.
What? Yep.
We
What did you do?
hitchhiked.
You hitchhiked, no?
And
You
I
told your
was in
parents you hitchhiked? You told your
we
parents?
told them. We told them.
And they were also okay.
I was in 5th standard. He was in 7th.
When I used to go to school, I used to go by cycle and there was a track on the way. And no, no gate at all.
Yes.
I had to we had to carry the cycle across
Over
the
the
track,
tracks.
2 tracks, and go to the other side. One time it got stuck also, the train was coming something, and then finally, not that cycle didn't get stuck, my shoe got stuck, and then I left the shoe and took it off. All this happened, but I don't know. See, that is what I say. If everything has to go well, it's your destiny, no? Your life is still there. It is decided by him, not by all these things. So, if so much fear has to be there, we should not even walk on the roads. It's not possible. We have to be free, right? We have to do our things. Things were okay. Things were fine. My parents knew that was the only shortcut. Otherwise, I had to take a very long route. This itself was 7 kilometers to school. So they said, okay, you go. I didn't come and tell though that train, this thing happened. I was like, they will freak out and they'll ask me to ride a longer route. I don't know what to
You are so matured at that time.
I don't know if I was
Even
How
I
old you
mature.
are?
I think I was
don't
stupid
remember
there. I
whether
should have told
my
my parents,
that
I
we
feel.
hitchhiked.
Huh?
Even I don't remember whether I told my parents we hitchhiked, but I remember myself going. My brother and I, we sat in one person's scooter and went.
And now somebody does, they come and tell the parents very
Stranger,
proudly.
danger.
Proudly, parents will be, how can you do this? Ding, 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 ding. One child walked from, she was angry with her parents, walked from her house to her grandparents' house, which was about some 3 kilometers away. She walked. Freaking out only. Major freaking out. I would have been proud. She knows the route to that
Route, all the left, right turns.
My children have done this once from the music class. They had to, I forgot that they are in the music class. And it was half an hour, 40 minutes late. Suddenly I remembered and I said, oh, the children, I go there and the children are not there. I go and ask the teacher, no, they've gone already, he says. I was like, what? They were very young, huh? 4th standard at that time. And the music class was quite far away. And then I'm going on the road, going everywhere, and these children are walking back. At that time, Bala and Anand were also in Mantri Paradise. Her daughter also was with them. So 3 of them, jolly, Amma has forgotten, so let us walk back. And I was extremely proud, you will not believe me. But I cannot show that pride too much also. So for that, I was like, I was like, don't do this. This was very dangerous. And how did you know how to come? Did you know the route? No, ma, we went to the shopkeeper. We didn't want to ask anybody on the road like that. We went only to the shopkeeper and asked him how to go to Bannerghatta Road. Once we reach Bannerghatta Road, we know how to come. So they went and asked the shopkeeper. And there are dangers in the world, but everything is always not dangerous only, right? We take our precautions, but now I didn't put, so I was like, oh, you have to be very safe here after. Little anger I showed, little things, but it didn't look angry, I think, to them. But within, I was like, okay, they know how to survive. Very good. So I think we cannot be overly. That's why we should not use. We should, if we read these news, we should be a little aware, not get fear. Let fear come into us. And a lot of, okay, coming back to Atma bodha. So everything, the seeing is happening in the mind through these golakas. He's calling it as golakas. So what do I expose myself to? It is related to this.
Golaka means disc or what? Disc. What does Golaka mean?
Hole. It is a
Ball.
hole.
All
Hole.
holes. These are holes through which we are receiving everything.
Okay.
The 9 gates. No, these are
Dwara,
just holes through which. So why the mind is the perceiver. If it is a whole, I should be able to see things as it is. But in the mind, what am I seeing? It is like that photo has come and the photo is negative. Negative has been made into positive, and I am seeing that. I don't know if it has been made into positive or not. Whatever I'm seeing, I think that is only real, no? Because that is the way it has been made. Like looking at through a microscope, this eye is like that microscope. Through that I am seeing, whatever I am seeing, that is only true. Because I am seeing only an image in my mind. The truth is I am only seeing an image in my mind. And on top of that, we have discussed all the layers of the mind. The memory, the vasanas, the past, the future. So what we do is we do not see, we perceive. When we say perceptions, there is a deflection already just because of the way these eyes are. They say, there are multiple frames. And then it is because of the nature of the eye thing, because of we don't see it as multiple frames, we see it as one moving object. But what it is capturing is multiple frames in reality. So even there we have gone beyond the reality. Isn't it? So everything, for me, it was a very big, after Atma bodha only, I realized, oh yes, I see the world. After this, I read this in the Atma bodha earlier. So the way I see the world is different. The way the rat sees the world is different. The way a cat sees the world is different. The bat sees the world is different. So whatever I'm seeing in this world is actually not real. It is something else. That reality itself, it was like hugely shaking for me when it came as my own realization. It was like, oh wow, what will I believe then? Even if what I'm seeing, I can't believe. I knew the mind, at least we are putting memories, we are putting these things past. But the very fact that I'm seeing, that came a lot like an intuition in a way. So I felt it was like groundbreaking from me. Oh, everything I see also, I cannot believe. as it is. It's stuck in the mind. We'll continue.
Yes, ma'am. This subtle body constituted of the 5 pranas, the 10 organs, the mind and the intellect, the instruments with which we experience pain and pleasure, is made out of the 5 great elements called rudimentary elements, tanmatras. Before they have gone through the process of their 5-fold subdivision and mutual combination, panchikarana, the physical body explained in the previous verse is an establishment serving as the hall of experience. The subtle body formed out of the rudimentary elements, tanmatras, is that by which or through which the enjoyment of the objects in the outer world is rendered possible. The subtle body is constituted of the instruments of experience. Subtle body.
In the last, it is written in Vedanta, the theory of perception is that
Perception.
the consciousness riding over the mind flows through the sense organs, reaches the object, ghatadesha, and takes the shape of the object. Then we gain the knowledge, vritti jnanam, that this is the object, I am ghataha. So, one of the differences between modern science and Vedanta is, in Vedanta, there is light outside. That light falls on the object, and that object, then that object is received through the eye, and then we perceive it in the mind. But Vedanta is saying there is consciousness within me. That consciousness, it is coming, it is an inward from inside to outside. The consciousness is shining through the mind. The mind then flows through the senses and reaches the object when the eyes are open. And then that consciousness itself takes the shape of the object. And when it takes the shape of that object, there is a change, like the ocean becomes the wave. And hence we become aware of the wave. Like that, this consciousness takes the shape of this object outside. And hence we get, I come to know that I am ghataha. Ghataha means pot. So think there is a pot outside. The consciousness is flowing through the mind, through the eyes, and looking at that pot, and it is becoming that pot. The consciousness itself is the pot now. And then it is telling this is a pot. So now this consciousness itself becoming that. That's a bit mystical, isn't it?
Yes,
Or it's not. It's clear.
Sarva Bhuta, so what all Bhuta is God only, no? Am I audible?
You have to come closer.
Yeah, so what they're saying is everything is God only. So the consciousness is only flowing through us. The God in us is flowing through it, and it is becoming the object outside, which is also the God only.
So am I seeing something outside?
Everything is reflected inside.
The only place
What?
I'm seeing everything is in my mind.
Huh.
And that mind is also functioning because of the consciousness.
Yes.
But because the eyes are open, that is a whole, it seems to me like I'm seeing outside. When I close it, it feels like I'm seeing inside. When I open, it looks like I'm seeing outside. It is just merely a gate. Otherwise, this whole world is a perception in the mind. That pictures in the mind is like the pictures of the movie, which are being projected on the screen of consciousness. In the movie theater, there is a screen. On that pictures are put. Like that, the mind is throwing all these pictures. But does the consciousness without the screen, can we see the movie?
No.
We cannot see. It will be we cannot see. There's no movie without the screen. We need some screen. Like that, the consciousness is that base on which all these it is the consciousness itself which has taken this shape, because now the screen itself has this. Is there a separate object on the screen when we watch a movie? Is there a separate Amitabh Bachchan on the screen?
It is superimposing. No?
It is just a superimposition on the screen. So now we can see that Amitabh Bachchan, that screen has become Amitabh Bachchan. Is that true?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
screen itself has taken the form of Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan is a form on the screen. So there's no difference between Amitabh Bachchan there and the screen. Isn't it? When it is being projected. Like that, everything in this mind is that image on the consciousness only. But we experience it as a separate object. If we compare it with that movie screen and what is projected, it is exactly that. It is only an image, no? On the screen of consciousness. So there is nothing other than the consciousness. Everything is a projection of form on the consciousness. Only. And whatever I'm seeing outside, I'm actually not seeing outside, I'm seeing within me. Divya is within me, I'm seeing in my mind. Varalakshmi, I'm seeing in my mind. Bhargavi, I'm seeing, Bhargaviji, I'm seeing in my mind. Everybody, I'm seeing only in my mind. But because of these golakas, I feel like I'm seeing it outside. And hence, I feel like there is a world outside.
Consciousness is constant. Everything is variable.
Oh. This is huge. We think light is coming from here and it
The
is...
world is just in our mind.
The world is only in my mind. So Jagat is my world only in what is there in my mind only. It is not at
And
all
my
there
perception.
outside. But how can we even believe that? Because this is what
And my
we see.
perception.
But if you think through
Oh.
logically and rationally, it's a very true statement. The world is only and only in my mind. There is no world on the outside. It is just, that is a delusion that there is a world outside. And that is why the statement Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Only the consciousness is true. That that screen is always there. The movies that play on it keep changing. And even though the movies keep playing on it, does that red color stay on the screen? If Amitabh Bachchan is going to wear a red color shirt, is it going to be there on the screen? No touch, no impact, no. Screen is always blemishless. Clear. I am seeing this movie on this screen and I am thinking the movie is real and I am feeling all these emotions and all these thoughts and all these fights and all these quarrels and all this happiness and all this sense of I am the doer. We are spinning so many movies. We are all wonderful directors and story writers, screenplayers.
Oh, such a vivid imagination in our mind is capable.
What a wonderful imagination we all have. That is
Cannot
what we are doing
believe
every
it.
moment.
I believe we should write books and you can use it for creativity, actually.
Yeah. So, if it is happening in my mind, it is not happening outside. This mind It is a movie. It is a direction. Do not get. Enjoy it while it lasts. Be with it while it lasts. After a movie, what do? Ah, that was a good movie. Ah, that was a horrible movie. Like that. You say, ah, this one I enjoyed. Okay. Now stop craving for it. Stop feeling an aversion for it. None of this. Nothing. There is no world outside of your mind.
Okay.
I would like to end the class a little early today. And next 2 weeks, we will not have a class, or you all want to come. There are these two choices. You can meet and go over all the earlier ones. Any one of you can put a, we may not do a recording because it will be a revision. But Divya, will you take up the responsibility of putting up the link, some link? Okay. And then you know how to, you can lead. Ramachandran ji will probably be there, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Take some of the verses
We'll
and
just
have
discuss,
your
no,
own
ma'am?
discussions.
Okay. No need, recordings are not required, no?
Not required, not
Okay.
required. So next 2 weeks, I'm not there. Next week, we have the summer camp. And the week after that, we are going to Ayodhya.
Again.
No, I went to
Sorry.
Kumbh Mela last time. I didn't go to Ayodhya.
Okay.
Bala went to Ayodhya.
Okay.
Maybe that's what was the confusion. So, yes. So next week, so 2 weeks we are not there. All God's grace if things go well. Yeah.
But we can have class. Me, Divya.
You will all meet up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Till verse 13, please do your discussion, whatever. Let the satsang continue. Weekly satsang.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll close the session. Divya will share the link. Anything, Gmeet or whatever works for you, you can share the link. Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bad Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you. We'll meet. I'll meet
Ram,
you
Ram, Ram.
after 2 weeks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hari Om,
Ram.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Have a
Thank you.